limit the wide receiver concern, I guess, is the tight end room. Maybe the second most exciting room on the team behind running back. So we do have a huge loss here, though. Brennan Strange really grew into his own last year. 32 catches for 362 yards and 5 touchdowns. And I will add that he really improved as a run blocker last season. If you go back and you watch that Auburn game, every long run Nick Singleton has, Brennan Strange was right in the middle of opening up that hole. His loss cannot be discounted. He was a big reason why the run game improved, along with the running backs being a lot better than the 21 group. So he is a significant loss in my opinion, but you do bring back two really good backups in Theo Johnson, who had 20 catches for 328 and 4 touchdowns last year. He's the best athlete out of the group from last year. I think he has the highest potential, I do believe. And then you have Tyler Warren, kind of the steady guy, 10 catches, 123 yards, 3 touchdowns, 30% touchdown rate on your catches is pretty good. He's a former high school quarterback. They like to move him around. He's very popular in that T formation they do and everything. He's all over the place. And then two really significant newcomers from the recruiting class, Andrew Rappelet, 4-star recruit, a guy who skyrocketed up the recruiting rankings at the end of the cycle. A lot of comps to Pat Fryermuth. Part of that has to do with the fact they're both from Massachusetts. I get it. And then Joey Schlaffer, the half-brother of former Senator Michael Mennett. He might have been a 4-star, honestly, in the composite. He had a weird ranking where 247 had him at like the 60th tight end, and On3 had him at like 18. It was one of the weirdest discrepancies I've ever seen between the two sites. So overall, I think Schlaffer is going to be another name to remember. So just kind of your thoughts on what we have here, because there's a lot of movement with this group, honestly.
So Joey Schlaffer finished as the composite 51st tight end. So it looks like a 3-star. But Rappelet finished as the 10th tight end, number 177 overall, which is pretty damn good. So I know losing Brenton Strange is bad, and I know that he was a very, very significant run blocker, improved year over year from 2021 to 2022, and it showed. And like that the Auburn game is exactly where everybody noticed it first, and it continued throughout the year. I have a lot of confidence that Penn State for the last bunch of cycles has demonstrated an ability to continue turning out really good tight ends, right? From Gesicki to Fryermuth to Brenton Strange and down the line. So Theo Johnson and or Tyler Warren will step up and will be okay here. That's my 2 cents on it. And the kids will come up too and get some run maybe.
This trip gives me a lot of reminders of Gesicki and then also Nick Bowers. And Nick Bowers was someone who really didn't get a lot of credit here. Honestly, someone that no one really thought we'd miss. And he's stuck around in the NFL now for going on 4 or 5 years. It's a talented room. At most schools, Rappelet would come in right away. He'd probably play a significant amount. And someone we're not even talking about on here is Khalil Dinkins, who Franklin has been all summer. So there's so much talent in this room, and with that concern of possibly having not enough receivers that can come out and we can count on, that's not a concern at all with this room. It's going to be a strength of the team. It allows us to run the ball more effectively, allows us to have more decoys, and then also have some just weapons that most teams won't have someone on their defense that they can guard, and Alar will have people he can count on to throw it up to, or have a big body to box someone out to. If they need a 3rd and 4, they can throw that quick 5-yard out. They can throw that quick hitch. Talented room.
Yeah. So going on the depth chart here, I only went 3 deep because this could have went 6 deep if I really wanted to. But I have Theo Johnson at 1, Tyler Warren at 2. I don't think there's going to be much separation there. And then I do have Khalil Dinkins at 3. He flashed a lot last year. A little bit last year, not a lot, and the coaching staff, as you said, is high on him. The 4th spot, how much they play, I think that comes down to Jerry Cross, the redshirt freshman, and then Rappelet, the true freshman. Those are the 2 guys I'm looking at for the 4th spot there. So kind of just right here, you have 3 really solid players.
And they're all mismatches in their own right. Like Theo's a giant monster that's able to run. Tyler Warren, you've seen it, and time after time they can just throw up jump balls to, and he's going to come down with it. And Dinkins is just an athletic freak himself. He's not as big as Theo, but he's faster, I'd say. And so, I mean, really got weapons all over the field with these guys on there.
Yeah, I think the big thing is finding which one of them becomes the big run blocker. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably say Tyler Warren.
I'd say so too.
So I'm looking for him to get in there a lot more on running plays. And I think just being the blocker is going to get you in there a lot more because Brent Strange, I think, played a lot more this past year than even in 2021. And big reason was because of the blocking situation. So, yeah, looking forward to this group. I think they will help the receivers a lot. And Penn State will probably go a lot more 2 tight ends and 2 running backs if they don't trust the receivers right away. But as we just highlighted, both these groups capable of